I'm not getting high anymore, that's more. Drink that up, pour it. The start of my day, then I snore. But I always want more. For sure, on my Leo bitch sore. Get her wet like hydration. I'm never changing, just like my grade. Straight off the dome, just straight off the dome, ayy. I hit that just straight from the back like ping pong, ayy. Could we go back and forth? So I got arms and you got my stack. Get up, ayy. I'ma just paddle. So I'm not getting high anymore. It's all on my mind anymore. I'm not high anymore. It's not my time anymore. I just need some more. 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 I'm not getting high anymore, that's more. Drink that up, pour it. The start of my day, then I score. But I always want more. For sure, on my Leo bitch sore. Get her wet like hydration. I'm never changing, just like migration. I stopped getting high when I used to have a whole gas station. Now I'm patient, I'm by my payment. Make it to the top from the basement. Me and Cal stay ahead, we prevail. Yeah, we got no time to fail. Don't leave my dogs, I won't bail. No girl on the foot, she just in my cell. Oh well, oh well. I'm not getting high anymore. No control on my mind anymore. Cause I'm not high anymore. It's not my time anymore. I can see things to the door. I just want to adore. Show me some more. Drop to the floor. Those girl eyes from the ceiling. Shake it, shake it. Gotta get up and see this. Truthfully, I don't wanna be this. I'm not anymore. So what do you guys think about this so far?
Yeah, what's good, everyone? Haven't really had an intro yet. Hopefully y'all are good. You all already know the vibes of the studio sessions. We just play and make a lot of music, smoke,
For sure.
maybe have a drink.
Good drinks right here.
Yes, sir. So yeah, guys, without further ado, hopefully you're down to chill, ask some questions, leave some comments. If you are here and you are active in this, make sure to leave me a comment, ask me a question, and you know I got you on the answer. And by the way, Dylan, if you're still here, it's very unfortunate to hear about your tea break that you're.
Hey, I just got back from my tolerance break.
Facts. I also just took like a month tolerance break. I was like working out in Georgia, working on some bullshit ass roofs. So, yeah, straight up. I didn't smoke for like a month, and the way that made me feel was like fucking. I mean, I had a much more clear mind.
For sure.
Yeah, like that ass clears your mind.
Did it make you feel like you had like kind of more and more control?
Yeah, you have like a lot more control over everything, bro. Like your sleep and your fucking going to bed and waking up. Dead ass.
Same. I mean, mine was only like a week or two, but still, even that, it just kind of I felt better. And actually, I'm getting higher right now than I would be if I didn't take this tolerance break. If I kept smoking and shit, it would take
of course, yeah.
longer for me to get high.
Yeah,
I
bro.
wouldn't get stay as high as long as I would.
Yeah. I was having some pretty crazy dreams while I wasn't smoking weed. Like, I was having a hard time sleep the first couple nights, and then after like, I feel like the weed was out of my system after like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I swear, like my dreams started amplifying. Like my dreams were pure insanity. Like uh, one of my dreams, I was chilling with Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelsey.
Oh
We
damn.
we were all just kicking it and like having a good time. And I was Patrick Mahomes like security for this event.
Oh damn.
Yeah, and like
I'm
so
always living the dream now playing.
well he actually didn't know me, and then in my dream he like had no idea who I was, but I was just working security for him, and I caught someone with like a fuck ton of drugs and like a gun and shit trying to get into like his like where he's speaking.
Yeah.
So like the head security officer was like, nah, like you found this, like I have to like meet introduce you to Mahomes. So I'm like, hell yeah. So then me and Mahomes immediately clicked. Like we were best friends.
Damn.
Gave me his number, gave me his snap. I got his girl's number and snap too, because I was just cool with both of them. And then a couple days later, he hit me up. This was all my dream, by the way, in case you're lost. Like literally, I had a dream about this. A couple days later, he hits me up, and we're chilling there, fucking smoking. And I don't even know if Patrick Mahomes smokes, but like, we were just sitting there smoking, like having a good time, bro, for real. And then fucking cops pulled up, and we were like, "Let's go."
Damn, where
And
were you
but
guys at?
we were in the middle of downtown, uh, and fucking this dude straight up like there was two cars. There was a car with like a bunch of girls in it, and then a car with Patrick Mahomes in it. And I picked all fucking girls. I'm a fucking idiot. And in my dream,
Were they bad?
yeah,
Shit, I don't blame you for that.
they were like sketched though. They like I remember they drove like into a driveway and just like parked there.
What the fuck?
Like they're not gonna find us, and they just parked there. The cops just zoomed by us. I was like, damn, these bitches are fucking smart.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, all a dream, not real. But,
Yeah. But did you know that smoking weed actually blocks like your REM sleep?
yeah,
That's why it kind of built up. Your REM sleep was probably like building up, and then when you finally like got that weed out of your system, you had those crazy dreams because your REM sleep was finally back.
That's what I was told about weed and alcohol, is it like stops your REM stage of sleep.
Yeah.
So you don't sleep as good for as long.
Facts.
Like today I woke up at like 11 and I felt terrible actually. And I slept a good like 10 hours. But back when I was working, I went to bed at like 12, woke up at like 7, but I wasn't getting high or drunk at all. I was sober. So like I literally felt amazing. Like when I'd wake up, I'd feel straight up amazing, dude. It was crazy. And yeah, bro. You know, honestly.
Yeah, those are good times.
Mm-hmm. For sure, bro. I don't even know. I kind of like not smoking sometimes, but then like you have the opportunity to smoke and you're like, can't pass it up.
Oh God, that's actually how I was feeling because I had a tolerance break and you came over and I was thinking like, maybe I don't want to smoke, and then I smoked and then now I'm feeling like shit. This actually gets my mind right. Like I feel like how I should feel.
Yeah.
Like, I think how I should think when I'm high.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense, but
no, I definitely feel you, and like I wouldn't say weed is like what makes you think that way. I'd say like you're like the person that makes you think that way, but when you're sober, it's harder for you to almost like open up, and it's harder for you to like to fully be yourself in a way. Like you when you're sober, like you want to be yourself, but you're like you also have mental blocks that your body knows like right from wrong.
yeah.
And like your body knows like, okay, I shouldn't say this or think this way. But like when you're high, it's like the sky's the limit. You can think whatever you want to think, say whatever you want to say. It's like
Oh God.
you're just more loose. Like just like alcohol too. Like alcohol gets you more loose, and you'll feel pretty good. Like and you'll feel great, but then in reality, it's not great for you. It's like I don't know. I haven't had enough experience.
It's kind of like it has a price with it. Kind of like everything has kind of
everything does have a price. Even being sober has a price too, and like literally everything has a price. And I think being sober has a price as well, just because like when you're sober, like you're missing out on certain perspectives that you should see from time to time. Like
Facts.
for example, like if you're on LSD or like doing mushrooms, I would recommend like every person in the world to try LSD one time, mushrooms one time, and just like see how much different this world would be. Like all those like people with like super bad anxiety and depression, I feel like 100% could help. Like it would
I
help
agree,
them. It would
yeah.
help them like a lot figure themselves out. And and another thing, dude, like people, some people just can't trip. Like I don't know what we should look for in the mind, but I think it'd be smart to look at someone's past and like look at what they've been through. If they've ever been like, this is real talk, like if they've ever been like molested or like if they've ever been like raped or some shit, because
Yeah.
that's like statistically, that's one of the biggest causes of like people freaking out and trips and actually like doing shit like killing somebody or like harming themselves. It's always like a reoccurring theme. Like when something happened to someone as a kid, it could have been really anything, but like something huge and like fucked up, typically that bears on their mind, but they don't let that out. They don't express that. They don't tell anybody. But when they trip, it comes out because you have no choice.
I got you. Yeah.
Like you have no choice whether this is gonna come out or not. Like that shit's coming out because it's been waiting to come out until like it was able to. And then whenever you're tripping, like your mind is so open, it's like almost like a black hole. Like anything can go in, anything can come out. And so like that's where I feel like most people make their mistakes. Like don't do psychedelics if you know you have like a fucked up mind or like like your mind is fucked up.
Yeah,
like
your mind isn't in the right place type shit.
Yeah, exactly. But like I also feel like sometimes people feel like their mind isn't in the right place, and that's why I feel like psychedelics could actually help, because if your mind isn't in the right place yet you've never had anything tragic happen to you in your life, maybe psychedelics can help sort you out. I think the main thing we should focus on is like if something fucked has happened to you or you have like schizophrenia or like something something wrong with your mind that you know 100% is wrong. And I think it'd be smart to legalize most drugs besides like meth, coke, but like LSD, mushrooms, weed. I think we should legalize those and then control them like to the fullest extent, have complete control over them. And then
I mean, shrooms are legal in some states. But,
yeah, I saw that.
But not all of them though.
For sure. But I'm thinking like if we could just like start growing or like collecting shrooms, making sure they're not bad and controlling them and dosing them out to people as well. Like, okay, like you've never done shrooms, you seem like a good fit, you've never had any like mental problems. Right. Yeah, you just feel like you're stuck in life.
Right, here's like 3.5 G's.
I wouldn't say 3 point. If I was a doctor, I'd probably be like, here's a gram. Like,
well, I mean, the first time I did it, I think I took 3.5.
That's facts. Yeah, you can't overdose on a psychedelic, but you can definitely like harm yourself. You can harm other people. Like, there's so many stories of that. Somebody killing someone, killing themselves, like ripping their eye out, like just crazy things that happen to you while you're on psychedelics. And that's why I feel like if it was controlled, everything was controlled, nothing bad could happen. Yeah, and I feel like there should be like a place where you do it, like a place for somebody just to trip, and then like if they freak out, then like they're contained, so they can't get like behind the wheel, they can't hurt themselves, they can't hurt anybody else. Like we know, they may not know at this moment, but we know they're not gonna die. Like he said,
yeah, they just have to realize that they're just super high.
Yeah, and like he said, like
it's just drugs.
Yeah,
it's temporary.
Exactly, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like so many things would be better if we just had more control over them. Like, if we literally just controlled them more and just more fluidly and fluently.
Yeah, because there really isn't. Drugs aren't really bad. There's just bad ways to use drugs. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, drugs aren't bad, but there's there's bad ways to use them. That's true. It's kind of like the exact same saying as like some people control their drugs and some people get controlled by drugs.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, are you gonna be the person that controls your drugs, or are you gonna be the person that gets controlled? So like, I learned that at a young age. I was getting controlled by literally the bottom of the list, fucking marijuana. Like I was letting weed take over my life. Like I was smoking every day, spending all my money on it. Like if I had $20 in my wallet, that $20 was going to weed. Like that's just how it was.
I felt that.
Yeah. And that's letting it control your life because, you know, instead of you feeding yourself or instead of you putting gas in your car or instead of you spending that on something that you actually need
Or even just saving it.
or just simply saving it, you know, what do? You fuck it, buddy. You go
You
and
get high as fuck.
you go get high as fuck. It lasts for 3 hours and then you just spend $20 on 2 grams of weed and 2 smoke sessions when you could have spent that $20 on 4 Taco Bell runs. It's like
Bro.
what's more important to you? Like, I don't know. That's why I think weed is one of those things that it's best to do if like you have a good job, you have your life in order. I don't recommend people do weed or smoke weed, or do weed. I guess I mean you could eat it. There's so many ways to ingest weed now. So saying doing weed is not necessarily an improper statement like it used to be. But
Yeah.
for people that do weed, I'd say like you should have your life together. You should have your life in order. If you don't, then I'd say just like take a break on it. It'll always be there. I mean, it'll always be accessible. It'll always be perfect. So, you know, I just think it's best if people just focus on them and focus on their life and their future before they start focusing on getting high, because getting high can definitely like fuck your whole life up. Like the song we're making right now, it's like, yeah, no, I mean buying bulk. If you're talking about saving weed in general, buying bulk's definitely the way to go. Just because like,
Yeah, for real.
you know, you spend $100 on a half ounce or whatever your guys' prices are, and that could last you 2 weeks if you're smart. You know, a gram a day, but a gram a day is a lot. Like if you think about it, like whenever I have 3 grams, I can make 3 grams last me 4 or 5 days. But whenever I have a half ounce, it's like I feel like it only lasts me 4 days because I keep continuously thinking, oh, I can roll a blunt, I can roll a blunt, I can roll a blunt. And you roll so many blunts, you're like, damn, I can't roll a blunt anymore. Now I'm freaking out of weed. So I feel like when you have the little amount, you know, like that you're almost out, so you go on power save mode. Compared to like when you have a lot of weed, you're like, fuck, like I'm good. I
felt that.
I can smoke a shit ton if I want to. I can
Right.
smoke none at all. Like I'm cool. I can
Just like, let me check my supply real quick. Am I
Right.
cool? I'm cool. Starts
exactly.
rolling up.
Exactly. I wish I conserved my shit more. That's been my biggest issue. Is I don't like save my shit very well. Like I spend. Whether I'm spending money on smoking weed or I'm spending money in general. Like I just spend not because like I have it, but because I just like I like spending my money. It's weird. Like I actually do enjoy spending money, and that's probably not a good thing. But like I really do like. I like going and getting things that I want. I like going into stores and thinking I can get anything here. Like I can literally buy anything in this entire store.
Yeah.
But then like you go, like today I noticed, like I went to a store looking to purchase some things, and I saw a fishing pole, and I was about to buy a fishing pole, and I was like, wait, my little brother already has a fishing pole like in the garage, like a really nice one. Like why the fuck wouldn't I just use his? Like I don't need my own fishing pole. Like if I'm ever like going out to like actually go on a fishing trip, then I'll get an actual fishing pole. But like right now, like I'm just gonna buy a fishing pole to use in like a month or two. Like fuck that. Like I'd rather just not have a fishing pole or use my little like I don't know. Like I feel like your mind is just different when you have money compared to when you don't. Like when you don't have money, you're hungry. You want money. You need money. But
Yeah.
whenever you do have money, you're like, shit, whatever. I'm gonna get this and this and this and this, and it's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
It's weird. It's definitely really weird. But yeah, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about these topics right now? I definitely think that psychedelics should be controlled by the government, and they should be prescribed to people because, like, just like any pill, a doctor or a psychiatrist is gonna know. All right, this guy has schizophrenia. This guy has PTSD. Okay, let's not prescribe him LSD. Let's not prescribe him psilocybin.
For sure.
Like, let's prescribe him some other shit to help him, like maybe marijuana.
You know, they actually did tests like on LSD, but they stopped it completely.
Yeah, I remember that. They stopped testing on
Man,
LSD. I remember
that's
that.
tragic. Think of what the world could be if they fucking didn't stop that. LSD
Yeah, but
could
like,
be legal right now.
it's just hard because like when it comes to LSD, it's hard because not everybody's gonna accept it. Not like my family, for example, they don't want a hyperactive feeling whenever they're trying to get cured medicine wise. They don't want to feel, high or trippy or however LSD makes you feel. They don't want to feel that. They want to feel good. They want to feel like
Like normal.
things are getting
almost.
better. Yeah, like normal. They just want to feel sober. But some people, they can handle that hyperactive effect. They can handle that intense experience, and they want to get cured at the same time. That's a perfect candidate for LSD treatment. And I don't think LSD can treat like illnesses or diseases. I think it can treat like mental problems, like stuttering or like addiction
Facts.
or maybe even like depression, like maybe depression. It's a hit or miss though because I wouldn't want to give someone LSD or mushrooms that is super depressed because
It'll just heighten that.
either it's either gonna make him want to really die or her, or it's really gonna make him feel shitty, or it's gonna make him feel 10 times better and they'll have a better outlook on life after that. But I don't really want to take a gamble with someone's future, someone's mind, someone's life. It's like I don't know. I do wish it was controlled though. Yeah, I could see that, but like, as far as Coke, I've like experienced enough and seen enough and heard enough to know that Coke is just overhyped. I mean,
For sure.
it's not what everybody perceives it out to be, like the Wolf of Wall Street, where they're just like, yeah, let's go.
Right.
Like it's not like that. Like
Not at all.
it's not. I don't know. It's not really what people perceive it to be in the movies, and that's pretty much everything in life.
But when it comes to addiction, though, I think that shit actually is real, though. Cause I seen my brother. He's not my blood brother, but just one of my friends, my close friends, my homies. He was off coke and shit. He smokes weed too, but I don't think weed really helps him stop. But maybe it would help some people. I could see that. Maybe they just get high and realize, man, I'm doing all this coke, man. This shit probably isn't good for my heart, for my organs, or any of that.
And that's the shitty thing, though, is like people say, "Oh, this isn't good for my heart, my organs." They still do it. Like
Yeah.
drinking is the same way. Like people know how terrible it is. People have probably seen their loved ones die from drinking, yet they still can't put down the bottle. They still can't stop. And that's not a matter of someone being strong or weak. That's just a matter of pure addiction and something that they don't even realize that they're doing. Like, one second they're like, all right, I'm going to be sober. And the next second they just find a bottle in their hand. And
Well, I'm drinking.
yeah, I mean, if you're a kid and you're in college and you don't drink much and you have a beer or a glass of wine or whatever the case may be, most power to you. Like, I would not judge somebody for that, but it's the people that drink every day or religiously, if you can put it like that. People that drink religiously are the people that have problems. And what a lot of people don't realize is the things that you do now while you're in your 20s, early 20s, late teens, the things you do at that point in life are going to shape you as an adult. You're going to have this, the way you're thinking now, you're still going to be thinking that way in 10 years. And you may not think that that's true, But I've been told by so many people that there's still that 18-year-old version of themselves, but they've just changed who they are and the way they are for a reason. So like, honestly, like, that's why I've tried to like shape myself into a good enough person to where I know that like if you or I want to drop weed, I can drop it. It's simple, but alcohol is hard to drop. Alcohol is almost nearly impossible to drop. Like, it's not easy. It's super difficult.
Yeah, I think out of all the drugs and like things you can abuse and be addicted to, like get high off, I think alcohol should be the one thing that's not legal.
Yeah, alcohol is a tough one because it's just it's a bread maker. People make their money off it. They put table on the food or food on the table.
I mean, I feel like any drug can do that though.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, alcohol is just so accessible. It's the easiest thing in the world to purchase. It's the easiest thing in the world to get fucked up on. You know, you've seen
Just a lot of people do demand it.
Yeah.
Lots of people.
Yeah. Like, I guarantee you, if crack was replaced with alcohol, everybody would be doing crack, even 16-year-olds at parties. Like, it's just whatever the fuck is accessible. It's, you know, it's if only crack was accessible for the last 50 years, there was no such thing as alcohol, then the way people would be getting high is by smoking crack, like, despite the fact they know what it does to them. And that's how alcohol is too. You know what it does to your body, but you think to yourself, oh, I'll be all right. But in reality, the way you are now is going to shape who you are in 10 years. Like, you can't just be an alcoholic now and go and drink your life away and like smoke weed every day and smoke cigs or nicotine or whatever the case may be. You can't just do that and then expect in 10 years you're not going to want to drink. You're not going to want to fucking smoke. You're not going to want to do that because you will. Like, I've talked to my older brother, and he said that, like, he started smoking cigarettes when he was 18, and he was still smoking cigarettes that day. So it's like, how different really are you? You say you're going to quit something, and I know we've all done this. I know we've all said that we're going to quit something. Like, I'm done with nicotine. I'm done doing this. I'm done doing this. I'm done with this person even. And you're not done. All right. You're not fucking over it. You're not fucking done. You're not going to fucking give it up. Like, and I'm not calling you guys out. I'm more guilty of this than you realize. And, you know, the key is you got to write that shit down. You got to really, really, really dig into your mind if you want to be done with something hard. If you want to be done with, like, an addiction, or you want to be done with, like, something big, you got to really dig deep.
Yeah, you got to be dedicated to that.
Yeah, you can't just be like, I'm done.
Right, you have to at least set goals. Like, that's at least step one there.
Yeah.
Just set a goal. Like, what can I do to help my addiction right now? Maybe
Exactly.
At least just not even like not smoke completely, because that's like a whole like 180 change. Like,
Right.
You don't need a 180 change. You can just, if you're trying to stop smoking, let's say you smoke like a pack a day, and like you're trying to stop smoking. Maybe smoke like half a pack a day to help you, and then go down from there. Maybe smoke 3 cigarettes a day, 4 cigarettes a day, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that'd be a pretty smart idea because, like, that could definitely work. Yet you're still kind of like, if your ultimate goal is to go and quit them completely, what people try to do is they'll try to do that strategy to get themselves off of it.
Yeah.
But I almost feel like if you do that, it makes it hard because you're constantly taking yourself off of it, but you're almost teasing yourself off of it every single day. You almost tease yourself off of it. So, like, if you, like, smoke cigarettes, for example, and you smoke a pack a day, your body is going to rely on a pack a day to stop smoking. So if you only choose to smoke half of what you usually do, half a pack, your body's going to be expecting that other half a pack. So you're still going to feel that shit. And then if you go and you smoke, 4, I don't know how many's in a pack, but let's say half of the pack is 4, your body's going to want 8. It's going to be used to 8. I feel like, and then if you drop it to 2 and then 1 a day, 1 a day, I think maybe is where you should start. Maybe see if you can just smoke 1 cigarette a day. And if you can stick with 1 cigarette a day, then you can that'll be proof to yourself that you don't need that full pack. But if you're smoking like a pack, or just buy, what I do and what helped me a shit ton was just considering something my last. This is my last pack of pods. Like, I'm not gonna buy any more pods. Like, that's what I would say to myself, and that's how I stopped smoking vape for a while. It's like, this is my last device I'm gonna buy. I'm just gonna smoke this as much as I fucking want to, and then after this, I'm done. The moment this is out, I'm done.
Yeah. I feel like it kind of depends on the person, though, because some people can really just be like, all right, I'm not going to smoke this anymore, and then they actually do it, you know, and they just go through it like, they just, like, say, I'm going to stop smoking for a week, and then they just go through that pain, through that pain, you know what I mean, through that fucking, oh shit, I want to smoke so bad, but I'm not going to. You can either do that, or you can kind of, like, ease your way out of it, like one of the comments said.
Yeah. Nah, easing your way out of it, like, I feel like has worked for a lot of people. But for me, easing my way out of it never works, because it just makes me want to, like, do it more. Like, if I'm trying to ease my way out of it, it literally makes me want to do it more. Like, I've tried that shit. The best way for me to quit something is doing it cold turkey, cutting it off and then not looking back at it until I'm long gone. So, like, quitting Juul and then looking back 2 months later and saying, oh shit, I remember when I used to Juul. Like, that's the best way it is for me. For other people, you ease your way off, it helps a lot.
Yeah, that's kind of like how I am, because, like, if I would have have a tolerance break, it would be hard for me to just be like, all right, I'm just not gonna smoke at all for like a week. Maybe I'm just gonna like smoke just a little bit today, and then that's all I'm gonna smoke for the rest of the day. And then maybe tomorrow I'll wake up and just be like feeling great, maybe.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
For then, like, all right, I'm not even gonna smoke today at all.
Yeah. Weed actually,
and that shit works for real.
Yeah.
And I always hang with my family too. Hanging with family or friends helps a lot when you're trying to like fight addiction.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest thing, is like when you're sitting by yourself, just simmering in your chair, simmering in your wherever you're at. Like, that's, you want to get the fuck out of there. Like, I don't hit the Juul, or I don't smoke weed at all before the gym. Like, at all. I used to smoke before the gym every day, but now I don't. And I've noticed, like, that shit helps me a lot. Like, I have a way better lift if I don't smoke fucking cigarettes. Or, sorry, I don't smoke.
You're talking about cigarettes too much.
Yeah. I don't smoke weed, or I don't smoke vape before the gym. It makes me have a 10 times better lift.
Is your breath shorter when you smoke or vape before?
I wouldn't say my breath is shorter, but I will say I get fatigued quicker. Like, my body just feels more tired faster. Like, after like an hour and a half, I'm like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to fucking be here anymore. And I should never feel like that, because I love the gym.
Right.
Like, I love being at the gym. The gym is my happy place. Every moment that I'm there, I'm chilling, I'm having a good time. But today was one of the better sessions I've actually had in a long time. One thing I do need to work on personally, and that's another thing, you want to be very aware of, like, yourself, and, like, you want to be aware of your life. You want to be in control. I try really hard to, like, be in control of my shit and be in control of my life. But sometimes things are just out of control, and you can't really do anything about it. So to people,
and I feel like that's when family comes in, because honestly, I took a tolerance break only for one reason. That's because I didn't have the chance to smoke, because I was just with my family. We went on vacation and shit. And so,
exactly, and you think about weed and stuff, but like,
actually, I didn't even think about weed once. He said, "What's up, gang? Javin Shaw. What's up, bro?"
Javin Shaw.
Javin Shaw.
His name is Javen.
Javen, oh shit, my bad. I'm high as fucking drunk, bro.
This dude
Don't judge.
This dude said Javin. But yeah, man.
Javin, my bad. He left. No, I'm playing.
But yeah, dude. I don't know. I just, back to the gym thing. I just feel like if you just go to the gym sober, well fed, and like proper, then you have an amazing lift. You know, get some carbs, a little bit of protein in you as soon as you wake up. Wait like an hour. Take your pre-workout, wait 20 minutes, and then go fucking kill it. Like that's how I get my shit off. And then after the gym, when you're sore as shit and tired, you know, roll yourself a nice joint, smoke a fucking joint, get some good food in you, some good drink in you, make sure to drink water all day and shit.
H2O.
Yeah, that's how I feel, and it works for me. Like that's how I get the best lifts in that I've ever gotten in my life is by being sober and doing the right things. Straight up, doing the right
Facts.
things. So how's your guys' day been though? You guys been having a good day? I don't know if anybody's active on here right now. I don't know if anybody's paying attention, but either way, this will be a video, so it doesn't really matter that it's live. It matters because if you are here now, like Dylan,
Yeah, he's been here the whole time.
yeah, like Dylan,
He's a
people
real
like
one.
you're gonna have an upper hand because what if this gets deleted? No one will have ever seen it besides
Facts.
you. So that's why I recommend people get on these lives and turn on post notifications because you have those post notifications on. You can have these like videos that may never even get posted.
Right.
You're a part of these videos that no one will ever see. You're a part of these moments that no one will ever know. It's almost like a little secret video or chill session. And why would this video get deleted? Because maybe I get copyrighted. Maybe I get some shit goes down. It doesn't upload right. It's happened before. So that's
Right.
why I always recommend like you guys get in here while you can involved in these live streams because they are super entertaining and I always have a good time making it. What's up, bud? Hey, are you with this dude Gabe needs to come through and be in this video. He needs to come through, bro. He needs to
Facts.
be in one of these live streams with me and shit.
We chilling. We kicking it.
For sure. We were just, if you guys are new and haven't been in this, we were talking about how we think LSD should be, it should be almost like controlled by doctors and like shrooms and like all that shit. It like should all be controlled by doctors so like we could prescribe it to the proper people that actually need it and that it would help. And it could also cut off like it would also cut off like the it would cut off the rate of people doing dumb shit and fucking themselves up or fucking somebody else up.
Yeah.
Like if you just had a safe place to go and you had a controlled amount of the psychedelic and you were around comfortable people, then nothing will happen. But if you're freaking sketching out, you don't know what you took, you don't know if they were real, you don't know if they were fake. There's a story of this guy that was on PCP the other day, and he was sitting there strangling his kid in the front yard.
Wow, really?
Yeah. And like,
What the fuck,
and
man?
like that shit's fucked up. But you think that guy meant to do that? No. Was there probably some messed up things in his head that made him do that?
Most likely.
Exactly. So if we could have known that prior, that he had schizophrenia or whatever the case may be, well then we would have
stopped that.
We could have stopped that from happening. We could have stopped him from ruining his life and going to jail. And there's so many more instances I could name that I just don't want to, but like there's so many things that happen that can be stopped by just control. Like literal just control. Like control is all it is.
Like self-control too.
Yeah, self-control especially because like you can't really control someone and you can't help someone that can't help themselves. So
True
like
shit.
that's the biggest thing for me is like if someone needs help and you try to help them, you're initially wasting your energy because
That's only if they're not willing to help themselves first.
Exactly, but like that's what I'm saying. Like most people, they do have that desire to help themselves and they know what I mean by that. But the people that don't, those are the hardest people to try to get to because like,
Yeah, and I've known people that that fought addiction. Like my mom, for example, like I always check on her and make sure that she's trying to help herself too before anything.
Yeah.
Because if I'm just helping her and then she's not trying to help herself, it's kind of like shit. Well,
right.
What am I doing?
It's like you're literally just wasting your breath, your words, by trying to help somebody that's not willing to help themselves, that's unable to help themselves.
Facts.
And it sucks because even people that are completely 100% addicted, I think are still curable, still potentially able to be helped. Maybe at that point, you got to use a different strategy. So, like, if someone needs help and they're addicted to some shit or they need assistance on something, maybe stop being such a nice person about it and maybe start being a little harder. Hey, you got to...
Like, harder on themselves?
Harder on them, like...
Yeah.
Because, like, everybody learns in different ways. So if you show someone love, that's the initial thing that I go to when I'm trying to help someone, is I try to give them, like, show them that, like, I'm there for them and, like, I care for them and stuff. And if that's the case and that doesn't work, then maybe they learn better from somebody getting onto them, like, stop, like, don't do that, that's stupid, you know, like, that's maybe some people, like, they learn differently, like, they accept your love and shit, but they don't necessarily, like, what's the sentence I'm looking for? They accept your love, but they don't really care.
They don't really love themselves.
Yeah, they don't, and at the same time, they don't really care. Like, they don't really care much. Oh, like, yeah, that guy really likes me, but I don't really care. Like, but if you came on to someone
that's
strong,
what depressed people mostly say. Like, oh, I don't care. Fuck it. Like, fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna go jump off a bridge. Fuck it. I don't care. Type shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna drink this whole fucking bottle by myself. I don't care.
Right.
Like, that's depression right there.
Yeah, and that's another huge, like, cause and lead to depression that's been like, scientifically proven at this point is...
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Is early alcoholism. Like, you drink a lot, you probably have depression, but everybody's different. Like, I know people that drink every day and they don't have depression, but I also know a lot of people that drink every day and they do have depression.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to be sober sometimes, or, like, a lot of the time, in order to truly find what you're looking for. You can't have your mind always altered. Like, when you're high, you're in kind of like a bubble all day. I noticed that. You're in a bubble all day when you're stoned.
It's like moving from bubble to bubble, too.
Yeah.
Because you're always altering your mind, like you said. You're kind of like moving from one bubble, and you're kind of thinking this, and then you're like, you get high again, and you're like, and then you're thinking this, and then you get high again, and then you're thinking this. But when you're sober, it's kind of like a straight line, and you're just kind of just slowly moving, like kind of like a river almost.
Exactly. And, yeah, I don't know. It's pretty... Everything's pretty weird right now. Just...
Yeah. Honestly.
Like, things are just very, different for everybody. And, like, everybody's going through something. Like, everybody's going through something right now.
I agree.
And, you know, whether you have it all or whether you have nothing, I think the best thing would be for everybody to eventually come together. And that's what I'm starting to see, you know, like, I'm starting to see people come together more, which makes me super happy, and, like,
oh God,
just to be at peace with everything. Like, I think everybody deserves to feel comfortable in their own home. And if you don't feel comfortable in your own home, then, like, that's not right. Like, and if you're not comfortable in your own life, you're not comfortable in your own shoes, like, that's not right. And I think everybody deserves to be comfortable, everybody deserves to be accepted. And it's fucked up because a lot of people are raised to the point where some things are not accepted to them and some things are, and, you know, and that's fucked up to me. And, like, I would never raise my children in that manner. My kids will always know, like, everybody's accepted. You give everybody a chance. Yet, if someone gives you a reason not to trust them or give them another chance, then don't give it to them. Like, it's that simple. Fair. Don't give yourself to someone if they're just gonna waste your energy and time and emotion, and, you know, like, that's what sucks more than anything, is when you really care for someone and, you know, you know, like, one thing happens and then it's just over. Like, if someone's willing to leave you over nothing, then they didn't really care for you in the beginning. Like that's
100%.
that's a
They do not
promise.
care.
Yeah, so like that's why you can never get caught up on someone very, very easily or fast or quickly or anything. Like you can't be getting caught up on people because like, you know, if they were gonna be there forever and you're confident in that, confident, then like maybe yeah, make that work. But like if you're not even confident that you're gonna know this person a year from then, don't give them everything. Don't give them shit until they prove to you that they're gonna be there for a long time.
Just as quick as you fell in love with that girl or whatever, just as quick as you can fall out of that, or she can fall out of that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And the worst is when people aren't on the same page, right? Whenever, you know, the guy's like, I still love you, and the girl's like, well, I don't love you anymore. That's the worst because, or vice versa. That's the worst because I feel that pain. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as you want someone, they stop wanting you. As soon as...
Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah. As soon as somebody wants you, you stop wanting them.
It's kind of like...
That just means it's like, you know how magnets are supposed to come together? Well, that means you guys aren't made for each other. Because that means your magnet and their magnet is pushing each other apart. Like, she wants you, and it's not that you're like tricking yourself into thinking, oh, I don't want her. You literally don't want her. That's the only way she's gonna want you, is if you literally don't want her.
Yeah,
that's you can't fake not want her. You know, it's either you want her or you don't.
Right. And she can't chase you if you're chasing her. And
right.
Vice versa.
Right. And it's about chasing, and it's also about like who's putting in like the most resilient amounts of effort. And you know, personally, I found myself putting in so much more effort than my significant other, and I was like, fuck that. Like, I shouldn't have to feel like I have to put in all this effort, and if I don't, I'm gonna get, you know, a one-word fucking response. It's gonna be a boring ass combo. I don't believe in that. I think that's bullshit.
And oh God, that's straight bull.
Yeah, I fucking hate that kind of shit. But like, you know,
just finish this right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like people need a little more enlightenment in their life, and that's the 3 people watching this right now. You guys are sure as hell getting it.
Facts.
And you guys are already ahead of the game. Like the fact that you're one of 3 people watching this video right now, like, means something. Whether you know me or whether you don't, like, this means something. And like, you were meant to watch this video at this exact moment for a reason. And if you're watching this as a video, then you were meant to watch this at this moment for a reason. Whether this is a day later, a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, doesn't matter how long it is. Like, if you're watching this video right now at the 50-minute mark and you've watched all of this up until right now, then you were 100% meant to. You were 100% meant to hear all this. And I'm happy that you guys are here.
It's all good vibes.
Alright, guys. I'm going to peace out. It was a cool live stream. Thank you all for listening. Be looking out for another one of these soon. It's been XCal, Dommy V.
Till next time.
Peace out, guys.